everyone. Today we decided, actually my daughter decided, that we need to make a cake. So our family has 2 kids with egg allergies, so we finally found a recipe for cakes without egg in it, which the kids seem to like. It's not as light as, say, the store-bought cake mix box stuff, but it is good. It's a little bit heavier, but it's still really good. So I'm going to go over the ingredients. We have right here 2 cups of flour, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of baking soda. What's in here? The yogurt. This is a cup of yogurt?
No, half cup.
Half cup of yogurt. This is 3/4 cup of cocoa powder, and you can use whatever cocoa powder you feel like using. This is a 1.5 cups of sugar, a cup of oil, a cup of milk, and a cup of hot coffee. Now this we made with hot water and about half a teaspoon of instant coffee. If you have some leftover coffee from your morning or whatever, that would be fine too. You can use that. And I believe that's all the ingredients. But I did want to show you, we have the oven preheating at 350. And over here I am putting shortening in the pans. Now I already did the shortening part. You need to grease and flour your pans. It's very important, or else you're going to have really sticky cake. But for this cake, because it's so dense, I use bottom parchment paper, and I grease up the pan first. And I cut this to fit, and I put it in the bottoms of the pan, like so. And doing the same over here. Now the grease is still on the side, of course. So what I'm going to do now is put some flour in there. And we're going to dust the sides. And because the shortening's on there, it's going to stick. That'll keep the sides from sticking, and then the bottom will just help the cake release easier. Nothing worse than making a nice cake and cake sticks to the bottom of your pan. I know, because I've had that happen many times. Okay, so those you can set off to the side. And then, now it's my little trusty Bible here. We need to add in our flour to our pan. Oh, wait. Let me double check her. Yep, that's fine. Go ahead, dump it in. The flour. Your salt. Who else? Baking powder. Your baking soda. Your cocoa. And the sugar. That you can dump all in there. And it says it's stiff, but I'm lazy, so I just stick the old thing on there and I let it go together like that. If you want to sift it together, go for it. I'm pretty lazy, so I don't bother with that. You can let that mix up for a minute. And then we're gonna let that off.
Very dusty.
Yeah, very dusty. And then just take your hand. You're gonna make a little well in the middle of it, like that. And then in there, you're going to first add the oil. Your coffee, your leche, and it calls for regular yogurt. This time we decided to try the Greek yogurt. It's a little thicker, of course, than regular old yogurt. But we thought, well, this might make it kind of taste kind of interesting. Alright, there's that. And then, oh, you know the one thing I forgot? The vanilla. I need vanilla. So, and then the last thing to add is vanilla. Can you grab it? Here, I can grab it. Here, let me get it. Let me get it. Alright, and we need a teaspoon of vanilla. So we will add, yep, You can add it. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then we're going to mix it. There you go. That's good. Okay. So we're going to heat it on slow first, and then we're going to increase it, just like you would, you know, a normal cake, kind of like a box cake or whatever. And this is going to be for about 3 minutes. It's going to look really runny. It's very kind of a watery-ish type of mixture. We'll be back when this is done. Okay, it's beaten for 2 minutes.
3 minutes.
Oh, 3 minutes, thank you. And now we're going to take it out, and if you notice, it is quite runny, but that's okay. It's supposed to be. Yeah, I know. What's nice is you get to lick it while you're making it, because you wouldn't want to put bad-tasting batter in your pans at all.
You have to clean them out.
Yeah, taste testing 101 here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to divvy this up amongst the 2 pans. As best we can. I mean, we eyeball this stuff. That's probably pretty good right there for now. A little more. I think we're pretty good?
Yes.
All right. And then we're going to pop this in our preheated oven, and they are both going to cook for about 25 or 30 minutes. More or less, depending upon what the old wooden toothpicks was. So if you want to grab the other one? Put it in the oven. Yep. Here we go. Very good. Close her up. Go ahead and just set the timer for 25 minutes. We will check it at 25. Toothpick comes out clean. Cakes are done. All right, our timer's up. So we had it in there for 25 minutes. I'm going to check it and see. And that one obviously is not ready, which means probably the other one is not ready either. No, not ready either. So back in the oven it goes for about another, we'll check it in another 5 minutes. And we'll be back. Alright, time is up. So, they should be done. They've been in here probably an extra 10 minutes. So, total time was probably, oh yeah, those are done. See, nice and clean on it. So, total time was probably 35 minutes. But, you know, everybody's oven's different. Oh, sometimes they bake fast, sometimes they don't. Okay, so now what you do, and this is like the super important step, you leave it alone for at least half an hour. You don't take them out of your pan. Normally you would dump them out after you let them cool for 5 minutes and then you dump them out. Here you gotta let them cool a lot, or else they're just gonna fall apart. So you let them sit here for about half an hour, and then we can flip them out and let them cool some more.
I want a piece.
I know you want a piece. You can't have a piece right now, so we'll have to wait. So we'll be. Okay, our cakes are cool. I let them actually sit for about an hour, and there's nothing wrong with it. You leave them right in the pan. It doesn't matter. So we're gonna take them out, and you just, you know, take a little rack here like that. These are cake racks, and you just flip it over, and it should pop right out, just like that.
Should I peel this off?
Yeah, you can go ahead and peel that off. See, that just kept it from sticking on the bottom. Nice. Now,
Can I do the next one?
this is the one that's kind of stubborn, so hopefully, sometimes what I'll do is I'll sit there and I'll shake them like that. Now, the other one like to come out. Could be that the sides are just sticking a little. Sometimes that happens. Nothing horribly bad with that.
Can I do it?
Oh, that's better. Yeah, it's kind of flopping around there. Okay, so, yes, you may do it. We'll switch cameras with you. Ta-da! Ta-da! Okay, peel that puppy off. Alright, so these cakes are now, they're still actually a little warm. These cakes are done. We're going to let them completely cool. And then tomorrow, I'm actually going to let these cool overnight. I'm going to wrap them up once they're cool enough. And then we're going to let them just sit overnight. And we will ice them up, make the icing and ice them up tomorrow. So we will see you then. Okay. We finally made our icing for our cake, got around to it. It took us an extra day because I got busy with other stuff. But today we are going to ice up our cake that we made yesterday, the chocolate cake. And we had wrapped, and of course now I can't figure out how to unwrap the darn thing. There it is. Alright, so this is a 2-layer cake. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one on the bottom. And this is just the parchment paper. Parchment paper, thank you, from the other day when I baked it. I left it on because that's what I'm used to. So I'll unwrap that. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to take some of your icing and plop it on there. Then you're going to start in the middle and work your way around and smoosh it out to the middle. Now I have this really neat turntable, but it's not a necessity. You don't have to have a turntable. It just makes it easier. Okay. Then you're going to take the other one.
Should I flip it over?
Yeah, flip it this way. Okay. Yeah, very messy. That's going to go in like that. Right. Okay, and then...
Hey, it looks like an Oreo.
An Oreo cake. Now, try and make it as flat as you can. And you're going to put some on the top. And I put quite a bit on the top. Just kind of slop it on there. And then what I do is, there's a couple of ways you could do the cake. If you have one of those big fat tips, cake decorating tips, you could put that in a bag. I have one, they're huge. The opening's about that big. You take it and you just turn it and squeeze and it'll ice the whole side in one shot. But I didn't feel like going through all my cake decorating stuff to find it. So this is the old way. I used to do it when I worked at a different store. And then you just take some and you start going around like that. Considering most people probably don't have the decorating supplies that I have, we will do it this way. The key is don't once you push it down, don't come over here and pull it back this way, or else you're going to have crumbs. So if you notice, I always pull back before I get to the edge. And then I'll just add some more icing as I go. And slap it on my table, of course. What decorating wouldn't be complete without some icing on the table? Alright, so most of that's pretty much on there. See a few little gaps. Now you could leave it like that, or you have one of these little trusty things. This is just a plastic spatula kind of thing. Right, you could use one of these. This is a, I forgot the technical term, but basically like one of these, but turned or bent, something along those lines. There is no name on there. So it's just kind of bent. You could, I never had a easy time with that for some reason. So I just go on and I take this and I turn it. And you're very light. You don't, you're not scraping off a whole bunch, but this will even out the sides. And then you take it and you just start going from your edges like that. Like I say, you're not scraping off a lot. You just want to make it a little eerie for some reason. And I believe it has a weird spot like that. And that's basically it. We will probably end up putting a border on there, putting a border on top, maybe some flowers or whatever. That's the basic way that you can slice up a cake. Make it smooth and throw any kind of decorations you want on it. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.